so just a moment. I'm going to ask you if you can see it and just let me know if you can see it or not. All right, so I'm now sharing the Yahoo website. So let me know if you can see it. Just type yes. Okay, Tanisha can see it. All right, if at least one person can see it, at least I know it's broadcasting. All right, Yanni can see it, Kara can see it. Okay, great. All right, so if we take a look at this, there's a special tool we can use. Okay, I'm not sure why you can't see it, Tonian, but there's no code for the Google Classroom, and there is not sure why you can't see it, but I'm going to try to take a screenshot as well. So for those who might have a problem, let me just try to take a screenshot and post it. All right, so I see the persons I said I can't see. So let me do a quick screenshot and then I'll post it in the chat. So just a moment, let me grab the screenshot so you can see what I'm trying to present right now as an image. All right, so just a second there. All right, even if you can't see, you don't have to comment any further. I'm gonna still post a screenshot right now. So just give me a second here. Let me do that. All right. Okay, so I just sent the image. So that's what I'm currently looking at right now. Okay. All right. Oh, everybody should be able to see the screen share because it's screen sharing on a tab. So you should be able to view that now. The pinning is done from your end. You can pin the video because you could choose to pin anybody at all. So you have to select that setting on your end. I can't force you to have the screen pinned. At least I don't think so. All right, but that's the image you're looking at now. All right, so all the websites that you have, they are going to be based on a series of codes that allow you to see all of what you're seeing right, all of what you're viewing right now. This is pretty much how it works when you are building a web page. Now I'm going to be going into a developer mode in which you'll actually see the code that makes this web page look like what it looks like. So if you can't see it again, I'm going to send a screenshot in the chat so you can still view, because I'm not viewing a video, so the screenshots will work fine as well. So let me just screenshot this as well and send you in the chat. Just a moment for it. All right, so this is the second screen I'm looking at now. So whether you're looking at the screenshot image or the screen share, let me explain to you what is happening here. So the Yahoo page that you're looking at, it actually is designed or created by these codes you see on the right. So you'll notice you see some things with a lot of angle brackets, like something saying header, body, HTML. If you can see that, type the word code if you can see the codes on the right that are creating the web page for Yahoo. All right, you can see it. Okay. So I know the codes look very confusing because Yahoo is a complicated website with a lot of features and functions, but you just want to know that you are going to be learning what you're seeing on the right. You look at the image, look at the picture I sent, Hector, and you should see it. I sent it in the chat. So even if you can't view the screen share, you should be able to view the picture I just sent. So tap on the picture, Hector, and you'll see what I'm looking at right now. That's exactly what I'm looking at right now. Did you open the picture, Hector? Tell me if you have. Okay, great. So you see the codes on the right? That's what created that web site that you're looking at on the left. Of course, there's a lot to explain in it, obviously, but as you can see, we're going to be learning some of those very codes and symbols in short order. Of course, we won't necessarily need to know to do all of this because based on what we create, we'll use different features, different functions. All right, awesome. So save those images as part of your folder, your personal folder on your phone that I just sent there, okay? I'll also try to have a backup copy, but in case I don't have a backup copy, just make sure you save it on your phone right away or your laptop. Always try to save things as soon as you grab them. Any questions before we move on? Or anything you want to know about? Just let me know. I'll pause for a minute. Any questions, comments? Anybody? Questions or comments? Okay, no questions or comments. All right, so let's look at. Let me see who I need to mute now. I need-
Sure, you're mute. You're on mute as well.
Yeah, I know I was on mute. I always mute myself when I'm not speaking, just as a habit or a practice. I was just checking to see who was on. Okay, but the person has muted themselves. Okay, so let's go into our main idea topic to discuss, which is the purpose of you learning HTML instead of other methods, because you must know that there are actually easier ways to build a web page, but the easier ways always come with less control, less ability, right? So one of the things you want to realize is that once you learn all the technical ways of how to code and design a website, that you can do anything you want. So those persons who use, say, the WordPress method or the Wix method or Weebly, you might have seen some of these advertised before. The websites won't be able to be customized by them to the very smallest detail. Plus, you can actually create your own functions and apps that you need, which you'd either have to buy from somebody else, or you just have to search to find it if you can get those. So let's go. Right. So in the meantime, while you work on getting a laptop, which ultimately you're going to need, you're going to use your notebook and you're going to write down some of these codes we're starting with, okay? So that you can afterwards, when you're finished, you can go to the code editor app and you can go ahead and just type it in the code editor app and try it out. All right, so let me stop the screen share so I can switch to another tab, which is for the Codepen. Just give me a second while I switch over that. If you have any questions at this time, I'll allow you to interrupt me to do that while I switch over. All right, so let me go to Codepen. All right, and the website for it is codepen.io. Let me type it in the chat. So codepen.io. They can go to that website there, or just write it down if you're using a mobile phone or a tablet. Just write it down, and you can go there after. I mean, the mobile phones can use Codepen, but I'd rather you try to use the app, the Code Editor app, after we're finished to practice. All right. So if you can see the Codepen, let me know. Type yes if you can see the Codepen screen on screen share. All right. Awesome. Okay. All right, so the Codepen is free to sign up for if you want to save your work and your practice. So that's also something I recommend you do. So on the left here where it says pen, you just click on it and type, just click on select pen there, and it will open this screen. All right, who do I need to mute now? All right, gotcha. You're muted now. Okay, so you can see the Codepen screen. Excellent. All right, Vindel, trying to be funny with that bracket. Yes, okay, Vindel, I see what you did there. All right, Shani is not seeing my screen. All right, let me send you a screenshot. Just a second. All right, remember you can also view Skype as if your smart TV can install apps, you can actually view Skype on your smart TV, but you'd have to set that up ahead of time, all right? Don't wait until class time to try to practice with technology. All right, but you still have time to do that. Early days yet, all right? So I'm on the Codepen website. That's what it looks like right now. If you need to use a screenshot, I just sent it a while ago. All right, good. So you can either use a screenshot or view the screen. Now, Codepen has 3 sections there. Now, all these sections we're going to learn to use in due time, but for now, HTML is all we're going to be using. Okay, so let's go ahead and just make that the biggest part. So on the right is where the preview will be.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, the mic. With an arrow.
All right, so the persons that are joining late are not remembering to do it. Okay, so we have a few basic things that we must remember when we're doing HTML. That HTML is really a markup language. That means it's not really a programming language. So sometimes you'll get things to display on the screen, but it's not in the way that you want it to. For example, if I type the word hello in the HTML section right now, you will see the word hello printed on the screen. All right, so let me just do a quick screen grab for those who may still not be seeing. So I typed the word hello in HTML and it just printed the word hello on the other side. But that's not actually true HTML code there. All right, how true HTML code looks like, it looks like something in a bracket. So if I wanted this to be a heading, for example, and I would put the word hello inside of an opening tag and a closing tag. All right, so we're just going to look at this for a second here and let's explain what this is and what it does. All right, let me take another screenshot of this as well. All right. Somebody's not seeing or hearing. Well, if you're not seeing or hearing, that's definitely going to be something happening on your side. Because I can hear people and people can hear me. Well, you can't hear me talking now, so let me type, sorry, not sure why you can't hear others can hear and see. All right, the replay will be available in case there's any technical difficulties. And then you can ask questions about things you don't understand in the group. All right, so you have a screenshot here of the HTML code we're just looking at today as an example of what HTML codes are and what they do. All right, so this code here is a header code. So when you want to make an announcement like welcome to my website or welcome to this page, the header one is a popular tag. It comes with a predefined size and it's usually the biggest kind of text you see on a web page. So on the left here, we have a bracket that looks like a less than sign, then a H1, and a greater than sign. Okay, that's a tag called a header tag. It has a closing tag, which looks the same, but it has a slash in front. So what you would do is you would use this example and you would practice that. Okay, but this example comes inside of some other code which you need to understand and you need to use. Okay, so let me go ahead and put in some of that code. All right, I just use a shortcut to type some of this code here. I want to take out some of the things that might be a distraction, which we don't technically need to have right there now. So let me just do that edit. I'm going to send a screenshot in case some people are still having a problem viewing the screen live. Let me take out, okay, let me leave the title in. All right, let me send this screenshot here with the word hello. Let me just put back this code here. All right, it's always good if you can actually view it live, but if not, I'll still send a screenshot. So allow me to send the screenshot here. 1 second. All right, so you normally type HTML code inside of this basic setup here. So you're gonna save this as a basic setup. I'm gonna send you the code that I have on the screen here now. So just a second here, let me copy it and send it to you in the chat. And then you can transfer it to your mobile device if you need to. All right. So that's what a basic, you need to have at least this basic structure here, is that no matter what web page you're designing. So even though I was typing the hello as an example, it's really a part of a basic bare bone structure which you're seeing here, which is, let me stop the share screen for a second here. All right, so which is this information that you're seeing here, from the doc type right down to the HTML / there. We're going to explain what all of this means, of course, step by step. But for now, we just want to get people to understand who would make a web page that's a legal web page. Like, what's the smallest amount of code you can write to have a functional web page, in other words? Okay, kind of hearing myself echo a bit. Okay, I think Ashley has her mic open. You want to ask a question, Ashley, or should you mute yourself? Let me know. I can pause for a second here. No? All right, let me mute you because I'm not sure if you're there. Okay. All right, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be always saving this template, and then you can change it. So this template, you will save it as index.html. Whether you're using your mobile phone or you're using the laptop. Now, if you're wondering how do you save your files with Codepen, there'll come a time when you can download it, but for now, I don't want you to download anything. What you can do is just copy this code. Oh, let me share my screen so that you can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. 1 second. Let me share the entire screen. And so when you go to Codepen, what you'll do is that you'll copy the code out, right? And then you will run or look for in your Windows programs Notepad, which is a basic program like this, not Microsoft Word. And you'll paste the text in, and then you can save as index.html. Let me take a screenshot of this step here, just so that laptop users or anybody else can see. Of course, you wouldn't need to do this on the Android phone. You would use the code editor app, okay? So Android users, remember, you always use the code editor app for this. So let me send this screenshot as well. All right, remember, please save a copy of the screenshots on your local computer, just as a backup. All right, so there's a screenshot as well of what I'm doing. So when you're saving the file on your laptop, this is the method I want you to use to do it. Then you'd go to File, Save As, and when the box comes up for the name, you would type index.html. All right, whether you want to save it on your desktop or wherever you want to save it, it's really up to you. All right, but just remember the location, but the name is index.html. So let me save this third step as a screenshot and paste it in. 1 second. All right, so you'll save it as that. So let me paste this in so that everybody has a copy. All right, so as I said before, for mobile users, please watch the video. Some of you said you didn't do it before, so as soon as this call ends, you're going to go ahead and you're going to install the app, and you're going to actually practice just pasting in a sample text there and trying it out. We're not going to do a lot tonight. Tonight is just getting you to know how to use the tools, be familiar with the tools. So from Codepen, as I said before, you just highlight your text, copy it into a notepad, and save it. I left the steps as screenshots in the Skype chat, so you can refer to it there, okay? All right, I'm gonna pause here for tonight. It's really just about using the tools, not really to go in depth in anything. Any questions? I'm just gonna pause here and we're just gonna do questions because we're not really going for very long tonight. So let me know if you have any questions and ask them right now. Okay, I hope you can still hear me. Any questions? Everybody good? You can type yes, I'm okay. You don't have to open your mic if you don't need, if it's not something long to say.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
As it relates to the mobile app, the code editor, I
Yes.
think it's a bit harder to use than the code pen.
Yes.
I have
You mean even using the code pen on the phone is easier? Yes, that's what you're saying?
no, I'm saying that CodePen is easier to use on the laptop than uh, the the editor on the Android phone. Because I can use both device, but I try to use the phone with the code editor because it's easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a bit challenging to use.
Well, you'll have to practice it, you know. So I know that the app is new to everybody, but in no time it will become easy for you to use. So the video I sent earlier, the YouTube video,
Okay,
follow that video on how to install it because we're going to be actually doing classes where I'll do live demonstrations of how to use that. But because we're not doing anything major except for learning the tools, your main assignment today and for everybody listening to me is to just pick the tool that works for you. So if you're
okay,
using the laptop, use the code pen. If you're using your phone, download the code editor app and follow the video to try to install it, and then from there you can try to play around with it after that using the code used tonight as a test. So
okay,
you're not going to do anything in terms of a real specific learning, but the main goal today is to pick the tool that you're going to use. So mobile
okay,
users can still work. It's just that you don't have the bigger screen and more options, but it can still work for you because I've tested it myself and it does work as you see in the video if you watch the video. So good question. Thank you for sharing that
all right,
question.
thanks much.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else? Is tonight is also about learning the tools that you're gonna use and you pick which one and to use going forward. All right. Ideally we'll be having class at least 5 days a week unless something interrupts. But in the event that we don't have a live class, you will always get assignments sent via the Google Classroom. So at minimum, we expect to have classes Monday to Friday. Unless something changes otherwise, you will be notified about that, okay? It's not so much the frequency of the class, but how much content we cover each week. But because I want to keep it in smaller, shorter sessions, it's going to be more classes with shorter classes than if that makes sense. So we don't want to go really over half an hour for any class time because we want to do bite-sized lessons, okay? So 30 minutes the most for any class. But every day we'll have something practical for you to do. The practical thing for you to do tonight is to simply pick the tool you want to use and just learn how to open it and use it. The time, pretty much for the time, it's gonna stay at 8:30. I was thinking of also doing a daytime class, but in most cases, the persons who are on in the daytime still come back in the evening. And so for now, we're just gonna keep it in the evening because most persons seem to be working or doing something because you may be taking care of the kids during the day, whatever else. So for now, we'll just keep it in the evening where a majority of persons can log on. Remember, if you miss a class for any reason, let's say you have an internet problem or some problem, the video replay will be posted on YouTube for you to view. And you can always ask questions in the group. Please stay in this group. If the group changes, I'll let you know. But we're going to try to keep this group for at least this week. Some persons are still onboarding, and I'm giving them a chance to fully register and pay for classes. So I'm allowing them a bit of extra time. So remember, if you miss a class, you can always ask your question in the Skype after you watch the replay so that you can get some help, or if you just can't make the class for whatever reason. So there's always a backup system in place for you if you miss something. Thank you all for being here this evening. If you have any questions post class, as in post 9 p.m., which is right now, leave the questions in this chat and I'll get back to you at some point before the next class, of course. So it doesn't matter if it's 1 a.m., 3 a.m., leave your question, right? Don't wait until the daytime. Just leave the question because you'll be surprised how early I might respond to you. All right, so remember there's always going to be a replay. So as soon as I end the call here, I'm going to upload the replay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. So pick your tool that you want to use for the code. and just be familiar with it. That's the only assignment you have tonight. A very simple assignment. Save the screenshots. There's going to be no group work for this. No group work. Nope. You have to learn how to do the coding, because when you get your clients, you have to be able to do the work yourself. If you want to start a business with and collaborate with people, that's up to you. But I want to know that if you get a website to do for a company, that you can do everything yourself. So no, nobody will be able to copy code from anybody and cheat, because if I ask you to do something and you can't do it on the spot, then you can't pass this course. I mean, I won't pass you. I mean, you'll know whatever you know, but I won't pass you. So up to you if you want to try and cheat. It's not going to work because you have to learn the skill. So yeah, that's all for tonight. As I said before, just keep the questions going. This is a major project for me, so I'm going to be focused on your learning. So it doesn't matter what time of the day or night you send in the question, send in the question in the group. I will get back to you. Do not WhatsApp me the question, send the question in the group. Please and thank you, since classes officially start today, March 1. That's all. I'm getting repetitive now. That means it's time for me to stop talking. Have a good night and see you tomorrow, all being well. Thank you.